Zionism, a word echoing with history and aspiration, represents the centuries-old dream of the Jewish people to return to their ancestral homeland, the land of Israel. More than just a dream, Zionism transformed into a powerful political and nationalist movement, ultimately leading to the establishment of the modern state of Israel. This movement, fueled by faith, resilience, and the yearning for a homeland, has profoundly shaped the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East and continues to be a subject of global interest and debate. This is the story of Zionism, a journey that spans millennia, from the ancient texts that first articulated the dream of Zion to the complex realities of a modern nation. It's a story woven from threads of exile and return, of persecution and perseverance, of religious yearning and political action. Our exploration of Zionism will delve into the historical, religious and cultural forces that led to its emergence and examine its impact on both the Jewish people and the world. We begin our journey in the ancient past, exploring the biblical roots of Zionism and the deep connection between the Jewish people and the land of Israel. We'll trace the origins of this connection back to the patriarchs Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and explore the significance of Jerusalem as the historical and spiritual heart of Judaism. From there, we'll navigate the tumultuous waters of exile and dispersion. We'll witness the destruction of the First and Second Temples, pivotal events that scattered the Jewish people, but also solidified their yearning for return. We'll delve into the prayers, poetry and literature that kept the dream of Zion alive through centuries of diaspora. Our journey continues through the medieval and early modern periods, examining the evolution of Jewish thought and the persistence of small Jewish communities in the Holy Land. We'll witness the rise of Proto-Zionist movements and the burgeoning of early nationalist ideas in the 18th and 19th centuries, setting the stage for the emergence of modern political Zionism. To understand Zionism, we must journey back to its ancient origins, the Hebrew Bible. A covenant between God and Abraham bound the Jewish people to the land of Israel. This land, promised to Abraham, became deeply intertwined with Jewish identity. The covenant spoke of a deeper connection, a spiritual bond with their homeland. The land of Israel became a symbol of sanctity and belonging, integral to their heritage. As centuries passed, the Jewish people established a kingdom in the land of Israel. Jerusalem emerged as its capital, chosen by King David. Under David's rule, Jerusalem became the spiritual and political center. David's son, King Solomon, constructed the first temple, housing the Ark of the Covenant. It became the epicenter of Jewish worship and pilgrimage. The destruction of the first temple by the Babylonians in 586 BCE marked a period of profound upheaval and displacement for the Jewish people. Forced from their homeland, they were exiled to Babylon, a traumatic event that could have severed their ties to the land of Israel. Yet even in exile, the yearning for Zion, for Jerusalem, refused to be extinguished. It was kept alive through prayers, songs and stories passed down through generations. Next year in Jerusalem, this poignant phrase, uttered at the end of the Passover Seder, a ritual meal commemorating the Israelites' exodus from Egypt, encapsulates the enduring hope that sustained the Jewish people during centuries of diaspora. It became a declaration of faith, a belief that one day they would return to their homeland. The Babylonian exile, though a time of immense hardship, inadvertently strengthened the Jewish people's spiritual connection to the land of Israel. It was in exile that they codified their oral traditions, compiled their scriptures, and developed a more profound sense of communal identity. The yearning for Zion became a unifying force, a shared aspiration that transcended geographical boundaries. The Babylonian exile was a turning point. In 70 CE, the Second Temple was destroyed by the Romans. This marked the beginning of a nearly 2,000-year diaspora. Despite the separation, the dream of Zion persisted. The Western Wall became a focal point for prayer and lamentation. The destruction intensified their longing for Zion. This yearning found expression in their religious practice and daily lives. Throughout their long exile, the Jewish people developed sophisticated religious and cultural mechanisms for maintaining their connection to Zion. Rabbinic Judaism, emerging as a dominant force after the destruction of the Second Temple, placed great emphasis on the study of Torah and the observance of Jewish law, even in exile. This focus on tradition and ritual provided a sense of continuity and connection to their ancestral homeland. Jewish prayers, recited daily in synagogues across the diaspora, were filled with references to Zion and Jerusalem. These prayers served as a constant reminder of their spiritual home and fueled their hope for an eventual return. The yearning for Zion wasn't relegated to formal religious settings. It permeated their daily lives, finding expression in their poetry, music, and folklore. The land of Israel, even in its absence, remained a central theme in Jewish religious and cultural expression. It became an idealized symbol of redemption and spiritual fulfillment, a place where they believed God's presence was most keenly felt. This deep-seated spiritual connection, nurtured through centuries of exile, laid the groundwork for the emergence of modern Zionism, a movement that would transform this ancient yearning into a concrete political reality. As the Jewish people navigated life in exile, the flame of Zionism never truly extinguished. It found sustenance in the words of their sages and the enduring belief in the land of Israel. One such beacon was Moses Maimonides, the renowned Jewish philosopher and scholar. His writings, especially the Mishneh Torah, emphasized the importance of the land of Israel. His teachings connected Jews in the diaspora with their ancient heritage and the enduring covenant with the land of Israel. Maimonides' emphasis on the land of Israel resonated deeply within Jewish communities, sparking a renewed interest in their ancestral homeland. Coupled with hardships and persecution in exile, small waves of Jewish immigration to the Holy Land began. Driven by faith, they braved perilous journeys. Cities like Jerusalem, Hebron, and Safed became focal points for these returnees, rebuilding synagogues and studying Torah. Their presence testified to the enduring connection between the Jewish people and the land of Israel. These early waves showed that returning to Zion was a tangible possibility. Each family planted a seed of hope, nurturing the dream of a future Jewish destiny in their ancestral homeland. As the 18th century dawned, a new era of thought and revolution swept across Europe, and the Jewish people found themselves caught in its currents. The Enlightenment challenged traditional ways of thinking, prompting many Jews to re-examine their relationship with faith and identity. This intellectual ferment led to Proto-Zionist movements and early nationalist ideas. The Haskalah, the Jewish Enlightenment, emerged as a significant development. Haskalah thinkers encouraged Jews to embrace secular education and European culture. They fostered Jewish self-awareness and a desire for emancipation from discrimination. Amidst the intellectual ferment of the 19th century, a figure emerged who would forever alter the course of Jewish history. Moses Hess, a German Jewish philosopher and socialist, is often considered the forerunner of modern Zionism. In his seminal work, Rome and Jerusalem, published in 1862, Hess passionately articulated the need for a Jewish state. His vision was rooted in a deep understanding of Jewish history and the persistent anti-Semitism in Europe. He argued that true liberation could only be achieved through national self-determination. Hess's Rome and Jerusalem was a clarion call for a return to Zion as a concrete political project. He envisioned a Jewish state built on socialist principles of justice and equality. Theodor Herzl, an Austrian Jewish journalist, became the most influential figure in political Zionism. Herzl's Der Judenstaat ignited debate, galvanizing support for Zionism. Herzl organized the first Zionist Congress in 1897, uniting Jewish communities. The Congress adopted the Basel Program, outlining Zionist goals. The Zionist movement faced challenges from the Ottoman Empire and European persecution. Jewish immigration and land purchases in Palestine continued. Zionism encompassed diverse ideologies, including labor and revisionist Zionism. Labor Zionists focused on social justice, while revisionists emphasized self-defense. Labor Zionism shaped pre-state Israel through the kibbutz movement. Kibbutzim embodied ideals of social equality and collective ownership. Revisionist Zionism, led by Zev Jabotinsky, emphasized strength and self-reliance. Jabotinsky's Iron Wall concept advocated for Jewish military strength. The establishment of Israel in 1948 led to conflict with Palestinian Arabs. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains unresolved, rooted in historical grievances. Zionism's legacy includes the establishment of Israel and ongoing conflict. The debate over Zionism's impact is polarized and emotionally charged. Zionism's success in creating Israel is marked by ongoing conflict. Internal divisions and evolving interpretations continue to shape Zionism. Israel's challenges include the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and internal issues. The Zionist dream evolves, focusing on democracy, pluralism, and social justice.